Down comes
Body double.
Body double. What does he copy?
Copy Sower.
Is that the best choice?
Yep. Get the cryptic.
Cryptic Command will counter and draw a card, so the dismiss option. Mahara left himself with a Mutavault and a Fairy Conclave to play defense.
Send in a 3/3 Mutavault here.
Down comes Regery, finally. And yes, Mutavault is indeed 3/3 now. Mahara is no longer able to block it. He takes 3. There goes half his life total. All right, there's the threat that Roos needed. Can Mahara answer this one too?
What? Rolls up his sleeves.
Mahara does not seem super happy about this development.
No.
That Regery off the top was just what Jan Ruiz needed. Also means future Merfolk off the top can deprive Mahara of his blockers.
Yes.
Right. Like we said, John Finkel also chose to play Merfolk deck this weekend, and you know one of the reasons being what Finkel described as Regery the face.
Yes. What happens when I Regery your face? That was one of his emails to the list.
Mahara's got 2 cards to defend himself with. And here's Revelark with the Evoke ability.
Hear a little gasp from the crowd.
Yeah. That's
Siege is dousing.
ouch. Mahara goes for the Evoke ability on Revelark. Tries to play it, but Roos has the counter.
Doesn't get to draw a card, but I think he's fine with that.
I think he's fine with not drawing the card. Mahara's at 3. This is...
That's
there's Lord of Atlantis. There's the Merfolk spell. Taps the last blocker, and Jan Roos is through to the semifinals.
Oh, he shows him
3 games to 2.
Sower of Temptation.
Sower of Temptation, wow.
There's
So
the decision he had to make.
key decision for Mahara. Does he go for the Sower, or does he go for the Evoke ability on Revelark? If he goes for the Sower, then he's got the ability to potentially block in that situation, even if he walks into a counter. But if he goes for the Revelark, he's more likely to win. Wow. Hello again. Brandon Jeweler here with Brian David Marshall. Just watched a great set of semifinal matches. Shuhei Nakamura and Paulo Vitor Damo de Rosa go to 5 games. Shuhei gets the job done. And then Jan Roos versus the world champion Makihito Mahara also get a game 5. I really thought Mahara had that game stabilized. What happened?
The Lord showed up.
Yeah, that's fair.
They finally got there.
Roos came out with 4/1/1 Merfolk, and Mahara was
damage early.
He did
while Mahara was waiting to stabilize.
But Mahara was trading his life off against control. I mean, It seemed like he was going to make sure he was going to set up. He was filtering his hand. He was developing his mana with Mind Stone. I thought it was fine. He winds up finally Pyroclasming away the board. He's got 8 life. Okay, Mutavault takes him to 6. Now he's stable. He's got... That seemed fine, but then Regery off the top means suddenly Mutavault wins the fight against Mahara's Mutavault.
Right.
That was
It would
key.
take both of his man lands there. Mahara would have had to trade both of his man lands there.
Right.
And maybe he should have.
Maybe.
I mean, he had plenty of mana at the end of that game. I mean, maybe he just needs to get the persistent threat of Mutavault off the board. A 3/3.
Well, I think Mahara's looking at a hand where he's got the Revelark.
Right.
I mean, I didn't see which one he drew that turn, but we know that on the next turn, he had both Revelark and Sower of Temptation. He's also got Momentary Blink in his graveyard. So he's got some action,
right.
But the key is when Regery off the top is then joined, well, he doesn't see the Lord of Atlantis, but Regery, he's got to deal with something right then. He's got the potential to lose a blocker because of the Regery's tap ability, decides, you know what, I'm just going to go for it now. Stuff's starting to get a little out of control. I got to go for it. He goes for the Evoke ability on Revelark. Gets it countered. Roos was sitting with a counter. I don't know. You think Sower's a better play there?
I think he needs to trade the lands.
Trade both of his lands for the Mutavault?
And then untap and steal the Regery, which is going to make all blocks untenable for the rest of the game with his Sower of Temptation.
Did he have the mana untapped to double block with the lands?
I'll have to go back and look. I thought he did, but maybe he only had the option of one or the other.
I think he had the option of one or the other. Seem to remember. I don't remember exactly what happened.
I think taking the cheaper play. He knows what counter spells. These guys have looked at each other's deck lists.
If he had double block available, then I definitely see your point.
And
now on the last turn,
if he steals the Regery, when Royce plays the Lord of Atlantis, suddenly all of Mahara's Mutavaults are 3/3 Island Walkers,
right?
Or 4/4 Island Walkers.
No, I'm trying to. On the last play, if he Sowers to steal Regery, I mean, he's potentially walking down into the same counter. To be fair,
but he can pay for it. To pay 3. That's the difference.
Interesting. Yeah, I wonder why he clearly went for the more powerful play, but Sower for Regery seems good enough. I don't know. Very interesting game. Lots of great Magic just got played there. What we're going to do now is we're going to go to lunch. When we come back from our lunch break, Jan Roos is going to be playing against Shuhei Nakamura. He's just beaten one Revelark deck. Now he's got to go play against an Elf deck. The other Revelark decks on the other side of the bracket, we've got Young Han Chu playing against Charles Gindy in that semifinal. So some great Magic. You've got Elves versus Merfolk. You've got Revelark versus Gindy's playing an Elf deck as well, right?
Playing an Elf deck, yeah.
So both the Elf decks have gotten through to the semis. Revelark, Merfolk.
Fairies
we'll find out. Fairies are gone.
From the tournament, Elves are still standing.
Fairies are gone. World champions are gone. Brazilians are gone. Belgians are gone. We did lost 3 of our 4 top 8 veterans that round. It's kind of interesting.
Wow.
Right? 4 of these 8 had been here before. Lebert lost. Mahara lost. We had to lose one in the Paolo versus Shuhei match. It was Paolo. But Shuhei Nakamura, relative, in terms of resumes, sure looks to me like this is his Pro Tour win.
He has to be the favorite to win.
He has to be the favorite to win. I completely agree.
Is this like jinxing the no-hitter?
We'll find out. Shuhei Nakamura has been here 5 times before. He has not gotten the job done after lunch. We'll be back. We'll find out if Shuhei can pull it off.
When he goes back to work.
Or if it's going to be one of the top 8 rookies. Stay tuned. We'll be back in about an hour.